Hello, everybody, and welcome. We're live once again.
Batting third, senior co-captain.
Back here at Venice High School. Glad to have you with us. And this is game number 2 of our doubleheader this evening on Remotes Army. And this will be it for the preseason games. We start next week. They're introducing all of the players of both teams. Mickey Kozlor, Jordan Kloss, Sarah Turb, Emma Jerisko, Gia Greaves, Emily Slater, Treya Taylor, Grana Moretta, and Lexi McVicker. Those are the first 9 for Port Charlotte. Tatum Mcgrath, Megan Hanley, Kaylee Roper, Michaela Hartman, Liv Siebert, Becca Miller, Bree Weimer, Taylor Hallback, and Carson Rutherford. And she'll be the pitcher of the night. Everybody is out in the field, and we're ready for tonight's national anthem. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on Remotes Army. All right, welcome aboard. And the Venice Lady Indians. And this is a tradition, the preseason classic here at Venice. And tonight it's going to be Port Charlotte. And Port Charlotte will be coming on up. And Mickey Kozlor, she plays shortstop. And so we're going to get things underway. Carson Rutherford, she's out at the mound right now. And they're all kind of warming up. So let's see what Mickey will have to say. We just had a game earlier that, well, Riverview kind of took it to Lemon Bay. It's 8-1 on that one. So we'll have to see what happens on this one. But so far, things are looking really good for the Lady Indians. Thank you so much for joining us here on Remotes Army. And Port Charlotte, the Lady Pirates versus the Lady Indians. So we got Jeff and the guys and little Jeff playing the music. I didn't know his name. What's his name? Evan. All right. All right, Carson Rutherford saying, you know what, I'm done. Let's get the show on the road. As Mickey's coming into the box, let's get it going.
Starting the game off.
Mickey Kozlor.
Charlotte Lady Pirates will be shortstop, number 12, Mickey Kozlor.
All right. We got some of the bugs worked out, and we're ready to go. Here's the pitch. One to one the count. We had an unusually low pitch count in the first game tonight. See what Carson's doing. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. We have a few D1 commits and a D1 sign. So Kaylee Roper actually did sign with Michigan State. Hits the tag. And she's out at first.
Jordan Class.
Jordan Kloss now coming up. Shows bunt. Foul back. 0-1 the count. That was a strike, wasn't it? A foul back? There seems to be some discrepancy about the circle. Carson, the infield came in, offer reinforcements. High, ball, ties up the count, 1-1. Well, we don't want to make the judgment for the refs, but that's high, ball 2. 2-1 the count. This is the second game of our doubleheader this evening. Glad to have you with us on Remotes Are Me. Ooh, that was a beautiful one. Strike. He's got that very low strike look. Jeff, it's like one of these down here. Here we go. The pitch shows bunt. Foul back. I've got 2-2 as the count.
But if that's 2-2 and that was a bunt and that's a foul, that's an out. So it must not have been. What's the count?
You want to ask him?
I have no idea what's going on. So it must be a full count. I don't know.
That's clean bunt. They have to go to the first base.
These guys are bad.
She's going to stay at first base.
Number 3 hitter, center fielder, number 9, Sarah Turb.
Well, we try and do the best we can up here in the box.
Because he doesn't even show fingers.
No, his motion, I've seen it before at Lemon Bay. It's down here. It's really tough to see.
I'm just going to ask him.
He does not like to extend his arm.
Well, no, and then we didn't, was that a ball or strike? She offered, she didn't offer. He
Yeah.
didn't help us out at all.
All right, we've got the runner there at first.
It must have been a ball. The first one must have been a ball.
On deck is Emma Jurisco. The pitch by Carson. I don't know what that one was.
Yeah, and we'll figure him out.
1-0 the count. 1 out. 11 pitches so far. Here we go. That one was down.
I don't have any idea.
I'm going to call it a strike, folks. For radio and TV, we're calling it a strike. 1-1. Tip back. Strike. 1-2 the count. 1 out. Runner at first. The pitch. Runner wants to go. Foul back.
Right now, just give me 2 fingers. What are you doing? Hope I'm not hot, Mike.
Yeah, you are. All right. Oh, a beautiful catch by Roper, and tried to tag it for the double play, but safe. I thought she was out. But Roper, what an outstanding defensive play by Roper in the foul territory. You can tell why Michigan State wants that gal.
Bring up the number 4 hitter, catching, number 26, Emma Jurisco.
Emma Jurisco now coming up. And now they just done a reversal here, and that is totally I don't know.
I guess it was a double play. So we'll end the visiting half of the inning.
I'll tell you what, we're just going to change sides and go to the bottom of the first. This is Remotes Are Me, Venice, Port Charlotte.
Montgomery's Carpet Plus of Venice supports the live streaming broadcast of Remotes Are Me and the efforts of local high school sports in the area, including Venice and Lemon Bay. Montgomery's Carpet Plus is located at 825 East Venice Avenue in Venice and can also be found on Facebook.
Now, we are still discussing this back and forth.
Everybody, so we'll let everybody do some preseason work here. Yeah, start a new game. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, I don't know what's going on, so we need
She was safe, and we've got 2 outs, and that will bring up Emma Driscoll in the 4th spot, catching in number 26.
Emma Juresco coming in for the Lady Pirates. We now have a runner at first, as you can see. Runner wanted to go.
Now he puts his hand up. That's good. He did put his hand up that time, yeah.
So basically, it's going to be the top of the first still with 2 outs.
That's a good throw, Hallback.
1-1 the count, 2 outs.
Yeah, you're 1.
Runner at first.
There we go. We're good. We're back to the game. All right.
We have to kind of reset all of our scoring up here. Here's the pitch. Everybody comes in. They're going to try and catch her. She's safe.
I think he called the strike. I have no idea.
And we are at a loss, but we'll call a strike as a collective body.
So play strike up. We don't know. I don't know.
The pitch, swing and a miss, and
So now it's 2-2 apparently.
now it's 2-2. So the other one was a ball.
I don't have any idea.
Well, very confusing. That is a hit. Roper, the first, out. That is a bona fide out to Becca Miller. Now we're going to change the sides. Now we're going to do something that we should have done a while back. We're going to change sides. Go to the bottom of the first. We are scoreless. This is Remotes Are Me. Oh,
I'm going to get a cheeseburger.
is that where you're going to get?
Montgomery's Carpet Plus of Venice supports the live streaming broadcast of Remotes Are Me and the efforts of local high school sports in the area, including Venice and Lemon Bay. Montgomery's Carpet Plus is located at 825 East Venice Avenue in Venice and can also be found on Facebook.
All right, we think this is now going to be the bottom of the first inning. That's our guess.
I'm not getting involved in that. We'll just have to guess. Okay, we got walking music, right? Evan, Mcgrath, Hanley, Taylor, Roper, Barnett, Siebert, switch with Miller again. Weimers.
I got Mcgrath, Hanley, Roper. Hey, glad to have you with us on Remotes Are Me streaming. And we had some of our technical difficulties from Tuesday all figured out now.
This evening's game is being live streamed on 2 different platforms. We have the Remotes Are Me live stream on YouTube again tonight. And we are live streaming on Facebook at Venice Lady Indians Softball Streaming. That's Venice Lady Indians Softball Streaming on Facebook.
All right. Dana Mcgrath coming up.
For the Lady Indians is number 2, senior second baseman, Tatum Mcgrath.
And she likes the funky towns. All right, she's in the box. Here we go. We're ready to go. Pitching is Gia Greaves. The pitch. Way outside. Ball 1. All right, back in the box. 1-0 the count. Into the dirt. Ball 2. All right, here's the pitch by Greaves. Shows bunt. I'd go for the steak dinner, Evan. Here's the pitch. Whoa, that's high. Walks her. She's taking a base, folks. All right. Coming up is Megan Hanley. Oh. That was a soft drink. It wasn't Jeff popping a cold one.
Second, number 4, centerfielder, senior Megan Hanley.
All right, here we go. Gia Greaves in the circle for Port Charlotte. Runner at first. The pitch. Oop, shows bunt. Strike. All right. 0-1 the count. That was a clear strike. Megan Hanley now. Runner did advance to second. Shows bunt, foul. Oh, and 2 the count. Mcgrath goes back to second base. Coach Steve came out and tried to look at some things. All right, here's the pitch by Gia. Hits her. She takes a base. We're at the bottom of the first. We've got runners at first and second. Nobody out. Kaylee Roper now coming up to the plate. She's actually assigned with Michigan State. So she did not get what she wanted the other night. So let's see what she if she can get a nice dinger on this one. Shows bunt. Strike. Runners advance on the steal. She's out at third. Right in front of Coach Steve. He was not happy with that. All right. I probably would have let Roper just hit away. But I'm not the coach. All right, here we go. 0-1 the count. Oop, she tipped that one. 0-2. Boy, oh boy, she wanted that one. Runner at second, 1 out. Tell you what, Kaylee Roper, she tags one of this thing, it could be in the Intercoastal. Here we go. The pitch. Outside, ball. 1-2 the count. Gia Greaves in the circle for Port Charlotte. The pitch. Ooh, low and inside. Ball 2. 2-2. 1 out. On deck is Michaela Hartman. Kaylee Roper in the box. Pitch by Greaves. Ooh, it was high. Ball 3. All right, here we go. The pitch. Tags it, foul. Want to welcome the 22 of you that are out there watching right now. Thank you so much for tuning in. The remotes are me. Click the subscribe button, and then you'll know the next time we are live, and then hit that bell, and then when we do go live, then you'll be notified. That's what that means with that bell. Hit the subscribe button. Our goal is 500 by May. Takes a base. She's walked.
Flex player tonight. The designated player, number 14, junior, Michaela Hartman.
Michaela Hartman. Is coming up to the plate. Runners on first and second for Venice. It's Michaela Hartman. I didn't know it said Emma Jurisco. That was for the other team. Still preseason for our graphics department. Michaela sometimes pitches as well for the club. Ooh, a nice little stab over there to the right field. Runners do advance. Goes to second. Roper's rounding third, and she wants to come on in all the way. No, she holds up. But a run does score, and Hartman goes into second with a sliding double. Nice play by both and all three girls. Beautiful. Venice gets a run. Liv Siebert now coming up. It's 1-0, bottom of the first. Roper's now at third base. And we have a runner at second as well. So runners at second and third, both in scoring position. I'll tell you, Roper was this close from just coming on home, and that throw to home was just enough to stop her. All right, this looks like they're already in midseason form here with the fast game of Venice. Gia Greaves in the circle. Liv Siebert at the mound. At the bunt. Roper comes home. They're going to first. She is out at first, but runners do advance. No, she's safe. Called safe, and a run does score.
Bunt scores a run. Brings up the number 6 hitter playing first tonight, senior co-captain, number 9, Becca Miller.
Becca Miller. All right, here we go. 2-0. Becca Miller, runners at first and third. I thought for sure she was out at first.
It was close play.
Oop. High. Stealing second, safe. Wow. On that pitch, which was high and away. Runners now on second and third, both in scoring position, 1 out, and that was a high ball. Here we go. Becca Miller batting for the Venice Lady Indians. Low, ball 2. G. Graves is going to have to pick it up.
Yeah, I got a feeling this is a freshman first start, brand new cleats.
The pitch. Ooh, foul. And they had the run on both runners. That was a foul ball. Well tagged, just to the right of first base. You have 1 and 2, or I have 2 and 1. What?
1 ball, 2 strikes. Yeah, 1 and 2. What's that? Exactly.
All right.
Just about.
Here's the pitch. High. 2 and 2 the count.
Those drop in Charlie's.
All right, let's see what's going to happen here. The pitch. Oh, that almost took her head off.
That saved a run.
3 and 2. The count is full. Only 1 out. Runners at second and third. Came out to the mask there for first base.
After that last shot, yeah.
Interesting. I think Hartman's at third base. She wants to come running home. Here's the pitch. Oh, foul back.
That's a good throwaway.
20 pitches so far on Gia Greaves. And this is just the first inning. The pitch. Into the dirt. Walks her.
Below the bases for our number 7 hitter, the senior. No,
It's going to be Bree Weimer.
number 22 shortstop, Bree Weimer.
Bree Weimer.
They rotated him on me tonight too. Give me Bree's welcome music.
Special
Sorry, buddy.
special mention because she is the niece of the scoreboard guy. All right. Runners at first, second, third, bottom of the first, 1 out. Weimer at home. The pitch. Strike.
Bree's just got to know that there's nothing to do with that pitch, though.
Want to thank Montgomery's Carpet Plus and Color Tile for underwriting tonight's broadcast. Here we go with the pitch. Into the dirt. Ball. That thing hit the dirt about 5 feet before the plate. You want those for your golf game so it rolls to the green. The pitch. Another low one. 2 and 1. She could be a little bit bashful going against these hitters because if she lands one in the sweet spot, it's gone. Two and 1 to count. 1 out. Bases loaded. Venice up by 2. 2-0. The pitch. Thought about it. Strike. She took the strike. 2 and 2 the count. Bree Weimer is weighing her options, and she's going to take the pitch she wants. Whoa, that's high.
That's a great stop by the catcher again. He's really keeping
3-2.
in the building.
The catcher is Emma Jurisco, doing a really good job for Port Charlotte, the Lady Pirates. There we go, Weimer. Ooh, she wanted that one. A dribbler to shortstop. A run does score over to first, and she is safe, I believe. Yes. So we did get the safe sign there. Another run scores, and it's going to be bases loaded. Again. 3-0 Venice. And they're having a little bit of a conference at the circle. Well, let's see. Coming up next is going to be, I have Taylor Hallback.
No, Rio Connell on prayer.
Are you sure? But based on my sheet.
Yeah, because I miscalled Weimer. Number 21, Bree O'Connell.
All right, Bree O'Connell is in the box. Bases loaded. 1 out. Bottom of the first. This is the Venice Preseason Classic. All right, here with girls softball, the Lady Indians hosting the Lady Pirates. Glad to have you with us right here on Remotes Army this evening. And next week, we'll start the regular season Thursday with Lemon Bay, the Lady Manas. We will not see this club again, Venice, until March the 2nd. Yes, that's right. That's the next time they will be at home is March the 2nd. We're going to be broadcasting every one of the home games. Ball coming in. Runner does score on the slide. Nice alertness, nice coaching. 4-0 Venice. So Coach Steve, he has front-loaded his schedule with a lot of away games and get some of the hard ones out and travel the team and then come home and enjoy the latter part, more home games. Gia Greaves still in the circle for Port Charlotte. All right. This is Bree O'Connell. That was a wild pitch. It hit her. Runner's going to try and come in. And she does score because you have to tag the runner. They're going to send her back to the third? Two balls, no strikes, and that was a dropped ball at the plate and then picked up and called out the runner. So a run did not score. So we got 3 balls, no strikes, 4-0. Runner at third. We have 30 pitches on this young lady. This is the first inning. On deck, Taylor Hallback. That was a strike. That was one of those perfect ones right down. Connell probably wishes that she had that one back. Three and 1 the count. The pitch. High little blooper. The pitch. Out. Retires the side. What damage has been done? It is 4-0. There's a runner stranded. This is Remotes Are Me. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to now go to the top of the second inning.
Montgomery's Carpet Plus of Venice supports the live streaming broadcast of Remotes Are Me and the efforts of local high school sports in the area, including Venice and Lemon Bay. Montgomery's Carpet Plus is located at 825 East Venice Avenue in Venice and can also be found on Facebook.
Our top of the inning will be number 5, pitcher Gia Graves.
Gia Graves coming in for the Lady Pirates. And they are down 4-0. This is the top of the second inning. This is Remotes Are Me from the campus of Venice High School. Ball. Want to thank the 22 viewers out there watching us right now. Thank you so much. Foul ball. 1-1 the count. Tell your neighbors and friends. March the 2nd, we're going to be broadcasting all of the Venice home games. And we've got about 15 of the Lemon Bay games broadcasting their home games as well.
Hitter, playing first, number 23, Emily Slater.
Emily Slater now coming up for the Lady Pirates. The pitch by Carson. Strike. The pitch. That was a strike. You could hear him say strike all the way to the intercoastal. Everyone in the stands here, they're wearing masks. There we go. Struck her out.
Bring us to the number 7 hitter, the right fielder, number 7, Trey Taylor.
Trey Taylor coming up. Shows bunt, strike. She caught it. She was safe. Time is called. Becca Miller is in. Shows bunt. The run is on. Going to second. And she will not advance. She could have advanced and taken a base, but she slid in. Well, let's see. They're checking out the runner, seeing if she's okay. She might have slid in harder than she thought. And so Evan Washburn, he's going to find some music here. We're back here. Carson's now pitching. 4-0. 1-1 to count. 1-2. That's Trey Taylor still, right?
It is Trey Taylor still, yep.
The pitch. That was a strike. Struck her out.
Back-to-back strikeouts for Rutherford. Bringing the hitter number 24, Gianna Maeda, playing third base tonight.
Foul ball. This is the top of the second.
You got that zero to back up, did you? Look at you. You're almost professional. You got your notes? Good man.
Foul ball. Strike two. There's 2 out. All right, we'll see what happens here. The pitch. Ball.
Good miss. I thought she was going to get the ring.
1-2 the count. Carson Rutherford's got 32 pitches so far tonight. The pitch. Another ball. 2-2 the count. The pitch. Swung and a miss and struck her out. Retires the side. Boom, baby. So, coming up to the top or the bottom of the second, it's 4-0 Venice Indians. Coming up on deck will be Taylor Hallback.
Montgomery's Carpet Plus of Venice supports the live streaming broadcast of Remote's Army and the efforts of local high school sports in the area, including Venice and Lemon Bay. Montgomery's Carpet Plus is located at 825 East Venice Avenue in Venice and can also be found on Facebook.
All right, coming up is going to be Taylor Hallback, and we've got a new pitcher in for Port Charlotte, and we've got Brianna Beck, and she pitched on Tuesday night against Lemon Bay. They're looking to do something here defensively to stop the Lady Indians. Lady Indians came out in the first inning, and they poured on 4 runs right away. Good crowd here tonight. I saw the announcer from the gymnasium, Greg. He was in attendance. We had a chance to talk in between the games. Said that the boys basketball team last night against Fort Myers played a whale of a game. He said it was one of the best games they played all season. All right, Taylor Hallback's in. Let's see what is going to happen here. And
And the home half of the second will be the junior catcher, number 12, Taylor Hallback.
Taylor Hallback in for the Venice Lady Indians. Here's the pitch. Strike. That was a clear strike I saw with his arm. Did you see that?
He's in the groove.
He's getting into his preseason form. All right, here we go. The pitch. Foul ball. 0-2. Well, this is preseason at Port Charlotte. They're trying to figure out, okay, is this going to work? Is this not going to work? And Brianna Beck pitched a halfway decent game Tuesday against Lemon Bay, so let's put her back in there. All right, here we go. Here's the pitch.
That's a bleeder.
Out. Pop fly.
Top of the order, where we've got the recently committed senior to Lake Sumter State College, number 2, Tatum Mcgrath.
Tatum Mcgrath is now coming up for the Lady Indians. There's the pitch. Foul back. One out. Oh, strike. He called it. Just caught that inside corner. 0-2 the count. Oh, there's a boat going down the intercoastal. High out to right field. Will it drop? Yes, it does drop. She's on base. Coming up now is going to be Megan Hanley.
That'll bring us to the number 2 hitter, center fielder, senior number 4, Megan Hanley.
Runner now at first. There's only one out, but it was only one out before when they did this in the first inning and they tore into it. Hanley steps out of the box, called time. Kaylee Roper on deck. Roper time. Oh, high ball going to short and drops it. They have to tag the second. That will be a forced out. You hate to see that, but
We'll bring up the number 3 hitter, the Michigan State commit,
and signed.
to third base, Kaylee Roper.
Kaylee Roper not only is committed, but she has signed to Michigan State. Here we go. Ball high. Yes, it was. Foul ball, backing away. My cousin, his daughter, is going to Michigan State. So they're going to be teammates up there with Roper. So 1-1 the count. So he was in town a year ago, and we saw that. Kaylee Roper at the plate. Here's the pitch. Foul back. Out of play. Close, but out of play.
Nice relay.
One and two the count.
We gotta fix that.
This is Michaela Hartman.
No, still Roper.
Oh, Kaylee Roper still at the plate. The pitch. Oh, boy, she's digging in there. It's like batting practice. Foul ball off to the right. I forgot to reset it when Beck came in. How many pitches does she have? Okay. Roper. Fouls off to the left. You know, Beck does not want to deliver that one pitch.
12. This is the 13th coming up.
Thank you. Had to reset the pitch count. 12 pitches so far for Beck. There we go. Left field. It's going. It's going. It's gone, baby. Home run, Kaylee Roper. She was waiting for the right pitch. Well, that adds another 2 runs to this inning.
We'll bring the number 4 hitter, the designated player, number 14, junior Michaela Hartman, to the plate.
All right. Coming up now is going to be Michaela Hartman. All right, here we go. Score 6-0 Venice. Michaela Hartman at the plate. It was a 2-run home run by Kaylee Roper. Right down the middle to the pitcher. She's digging it out. Will she make it in time? Out. That retires the side. And so at the end of 2 innings, we've got a score 6-0 Venice. We'll be back. This is Remote's Army. All right, we're at the top of the third inning. Lexi McVicker, the last one in the lineup, is coming up for Port Charlotte. We have a new pitcher for Venice, and that's Michaela Hartman. We've reset the pitch count to 0.
Starting the top of the third here for the Lady Pirates. We got number 9 here. Playing second, number 4, Lexi McVicker.
All right, top of the third. Indians scored 4 in the first and 2 in the second. Got really quiet here. Here's the pitch. That's a ball. There we go. Oh, foul back. 1-1 the count. One to one the count. Here's the pitch. That's a ball. High and out. 2-1. Nobody out. Top of the third. That's inside. Another ball. 3-1. Carson Rutherford pitched the first 2 innings. That was straight down the center. 3-2. Here's the pitch. Walked her. She's going to take a base.
Brings us back to the top of the order. To number 12, the shortstop, Mickey Kostler.
Mickey Kostler is coming up. There we go. Here's the pitch. Looked like bunt. Going to be a ball. Here we go, the pitch. Strike. He heard you anticipate the ball. He says, I'm going to fool you. Strike. 1-1 the count. Nobody out. Runner at first. The pitch. Low, outside, ball. Lexi McVicker is at first base. She drew the walk. Go ready for the pitch. Looked like she was going to bunt it. Three balls, 1 strike. Well, you have to deliver it right down the middle. Let her hit it. 3-1. High. Take a base.
Back-to-back walks will bring up the number 2 hitter, number 14, the right fielder, Jordan Class.
All right, Jordan's coming up. Runners are now at first and second. There's nobody out.
Looks like we did have a substitution for Class. The pitcher is going to be hitting in Class's spot. Number 15, Brianna Beck.
All right, Brianna Beck is coming in to hit for Port Charlotte. Runners at first and second, nobody out. In the circle, Michaela Hartman. Here's the pitch, shows bunt. Strike. She's got to do that more, those kind of pitches. That's what you're going to see more of in softball, is it's more like the fast game and the short game. They like to do the bunts. That was a ball, high inside. Still a fairly good crowd. I would say that the Lemon Bay crowd, there was more of them here than there are Venice crowd tonight. I want to welcome you on Remotes Are Me as you are watching this. Thank you so much. Hit the subscribe button. Right to the second baseman. Plays for the double play. 1 out at second. The runner at first is safe.
Brings up three hitter. Number 9, Sarah Turner. Thank you.
Are they missing, or is this guy terrible?
She's missing. It's bad.
All right, here we go. Sarah Turb is up. That's a strike. Just hit that high outside corner. Remember, this is preseason. Next week starts the real season. So they're kind of working through some things. Nice hit off the left field. Over the head of the left fielder. A run's going to come in from third. Scores. Another one goes into third. Safe. Overthrown. Runners now at second and third, and a run scores for Port Charlotte.
Brings up the number 4 hitter, number 26, the catcher, Emma Jurisco.
Emma Jurisco's coming in now. So that is now going to bring us to a 6-1 score. There's a strike right there on Jurisco. 6-1. Venice out on top. This is the top of the third inning. Port Charlotte just scored. 1 out. Runners at second and third. Foul ball off to the right. Both the runners at second and third are in scoring position, though. Here's the pitch by Hartman. Oh, jammed her in. Strike. One out, 2 runners on, 2 strikes. The pitch. High, out to right field, coming in, to grab it. The ball drops. A runner's going to come in to score. Runners advance now, they're on the bookends.
RBI single for Driscoll will bring up the number 5 hitter. Looks like the substitution. Number 1, Brianna Brethold will be at the plate.
What was that? Who?
Brianna Brethold, Brethold.
Okay, Brianna Brethold. Foul back. The pitch shows bunt. Foul ball into the fence. Kaylee Roper was already at home base. I mean, she really advanced. Kaylee's got one of those glide steps on an infielder, and she's really good at that. The pitch. Outside ball. 1-2. The pitch. Jammed her in, foul ball. Runners on the corners, the bookends. 1-2 the count, 1 out. The pitch. That was a ball. 2-2 the count. Runner does advance on a steal to second base. The pitch. That's a strike. Struck her out.
We'll bring up the number 6 hitter. Number 23 playing first, Emily Slater.
Emily Slater coming up now for the Lady Pirates. The pitch. Strike. He's starting to put a lot more vocal action in his calls. You notice that? The pitch. Right back to the pitcher. Goes to first. Out. Retires the side. And with that, we're going to go to the bottom of the third. This is Remotes Are Me.
Montgomery's Carpet Plus of Venice supports the live streaming broadcast of Remotes Are Me and the efforts of local high school sports in the area, including Venice and Lemon Bay. Montgomery's Carpet Plus is located at 825 East Venice Avenue in Venice and can also be found on Facebook. This is Remotes Are Me, your home for local high school sports, featuring the teams of Venice, Lemon Bay, and Northport. Our sports range from girls volleyball, boys and girls basketball, girls softball, and boys baseball. We are also your home for the weekly Coaches Show. We bring the events live streaming straight to you via YouTube on the Remotes Are Me channel. We thank you for watching and encourage you to tell your neighbors and friends, subscribe, click the like button, and the bell. Thanks again for watching Remotes Are Me.
All right, Liv Siebert will be coming up to the plate for the Lady Indians. Glad to have you with us tonight on Remotes Are Me. And this is the preseason classic here at Venice High School. They always do this the second week of February, which is the week right before the regular season. And they have the 7 o'clock game on a Tuesday and a Thursday. And Lemon Bay enjoys the 5 o'clock game, and then they have other opponents coming on in. Liv Siebert now in for the Lady Indians. Here we go. The pitch. She stood right there and said, pitch it to me, and it was a ball. She didn't move. 1-0 the count, 6-2 the score, bottom of the third. The pitch. Once again, she stood there like a rock and says, pitch it to me. Make me take it. Lemon Bay will be over there next Thursday, a week from today. We will not be. We'll be doing all of the Venice home games, but the next one will be March the 2nd. Once again, she stood like a rock. She says, pitch it to me. Make me hit it. So March the 2nd, next time we see these Lady Indians, and next time they'll be at home. Brianna Beck pitching for Port Charlotte, the Lady Pirates. There's the pitch. She took the strike. Coach Steve is at the left. Coach Roper off to the first baseline. The pitch. She hit it right over the shortstop. She's going to take the base. Nice job.
We'll bring number 9, our number 6 hitter, playing
Becca Miller.
Barry commit. Becca Miller. Oh, what happened? Oh, did it go up to? Oh.
Another ball.
Mom's distracting. Did she leave? Good. Sit down.
There you see Becca ready to, or Liv Siebert at first. That's a strike. Oh my goodness! That was beautiful. Coming around. And the bookends, what a shot. And she connected very well with that ball, folks. Nobody out. Runners on the ends, on the corners.
Substitution. Instead of Bree Weimer, we're going to see number 23, senior Madison Johnson.
Madison Johnson now is up. I can tell you one thing. The music guy, he's going nuts. He goes, who's next? Here we go. The pitch. Ball. Stood there. Race for second. Runner comes in to score. So both are safe. Another run scores for Venice. And then the runner is now at second base and did advance on that. That was a ball. 7-2 Indians. Number 23 still at the plate. 1-0 the count. Runner at second. The pitch. That was a strike. Just caught the corner. Madison Johnson now in pitch or batting. The pitch. That's another strike. 1-2 the count. Nobody out. There's the pitch. High. It's going out of play. Yep. Hits on the top of the visitor's dugout.
I feel bad for that sports reporter guy that was here
Bruce Robbins.
covering this mess.
Bruce Robbins was in for the Sun. You know Bruce, he always says, read the Sun. Bruce, good reporter. He's been around for a while, and he knows his sports. Good to see him. Covering tonight's game, you'll be able to read it about it in the Sun. Foul ball off the line, off to the left-hand side. And if Bruce writes about it, you'll understand what happens about it in his article. He's good. One and two the count. Nobody out. Oh, right to the third baseman. Will they go to second? No, they have to go to first and overshots it. Goes down to third, and run will score all the way in. And it's going to take a triple. That was a triple. That was a slide and triple, folks. 8-2.
Brings up our number 8 hitter, the senior left fielder, number 21, Bree O'Connell.
Bree O'Connell coming in. She's got the Thunderstruck theme. That's what happened when Jeff met his wife. He was thunderstruck. All right, runner at third. Very much in scoring position. There are no outs. The score is 8-2. We're at the bottom of the third. Here's the pitch. Oh, my goodness, tags it over to the left field. Another run will score. She'll be at first base. It's going to bring it up to 9-2, folks.
We'll bring up the number 9 hitter, the junior catcher, number 12, Taylor Hallback.
Taylor Hallback now coming up. Taylor Hallback. Nine to 2 the score. Here's the pitch. That's a strike. They tried to double check the first base over there. The pitch. Tags it down the left field line, and it's in. Another run's going to be scoring all the way, and this one could be an infield. Nope, she's going to hold up at second base, but another run does score for the Indians. 10-2.
Double for Hallback. Brings us back to the top of the order.
Tatum Mcgrath.
Senior second base person, number 2, Tatum Mcgrath.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. This has become a slugfest here. There's nobody out. Nobody out. Runner at second.
We have a pitch runner for Hallback. Looks like we've got number 3, senior Haskell.
All right, here we go. She steps out of the box.
Substitution defensively for Charlotte.
In the right field.
I can't see the number though, so I can't call it out. 8 for 1, very good. Jade Decker enters the game.
All right, Tatum Mcgrath. They've yet to throw a pitch to Tatum. This is 10-2 in the bottom of the third. This Venice club is loaded. This Venice club, they had those 8 wins when COVID shut it down in March. They were on their way. We'll have to see what's going to happen this year. It's too early to tell. That one's a ball. Runner at second. Nobody out. The pitch. Fouls off to the right side. 1-1 the count. Brianna Beck now has 32 pitches on her count. There's the pitch. Oh, my goodness, right down the right line. The run was going to come on in. She is ripping for home. Going to second. So another run will score. It's going to be a stand-up double. Tatum Mcgrath. Megan Hanley. Megan Hanley coming on up. It's now 11-2. This is starting to get ugly, folks. All right, here we go. Megan Hanley at the plate. The pitch. It's a strike. She took it. 11-2, differential of 9. Runner at second, nobody out. The pitch. Bunt. Goes down the line, goes foul. Glad to have you with us on Remotes Are Me this evening. Thank you so much. Subscribe to the channel. Then you'll know when we go live next time. Foul ball, back off to the left, down the third base line. And then the next time we're live, it will notify you saying they've gone live, and then you'll know exactly when they go live. That's what the subscribe means. Thank you so much, all of you watching tonight. Right down the left field line. Will it drop fair? Yes, it does. Right down the line. Another run's going to score. She's digging into second, and she's going to hold that second. A stand-up double. Just like that. 12-2. Kaylee Roper coming up. Kaylee Roper is more than a commit. She is now officially signed with Michigan State. It's in the books for Kaylee. I mean, she had a home run last time. It's a 2-run homer. The pitch. Oh, she took a swing at that. It's going to be foul ball. You heard it. That was Dave's car, I think. We've learned to park by the volleyball courts. Oh, goodness. If you recall, Kaylee Roper, she was pegging these foul balls, about 10 of them before she got the ball she wanted. Then she nailed it. Here we go. Up, high floater, called at first base, drops out of her mitt. It's a single. A runner will advance to third. She is safe. You have to tag the runner. You can't just touch the base.
With runners on the corners, we will see the number 4 hitter, the pitcher now, is number 14, Michaela Hartman.
Michaela Hartman is now up. All right. We've got runners on first and third. Nobody out. It's 12-2. The pitch. High. I think he said strike, but it looked high.
Yeah, I think the strike zone is expanding here.
Down to third base line, foul. They spend a lot of time looking at pitches, making sure that is it going to be a high, is it going to be inside, is it going to be slow, off pitch, fast pitch. I was over here the other day and watching Coach Steve do that, and he spends a lot of time with these kids keying in and zeroing in their eye, watching the pitcher. What pitch are you looking for? And he said, take the pitch you want. Be selective. 0-2 the count. Grounder. Runner will come in and score. 1 run out. That's a sacrifice. Runner's now on second.
Scores brings us back to the number 5 hitter for her second plate appearance of the inning, right fielder, senior Liv Siebert.
Liv Siebert is now up. And it's 13-2, folks. 13-2 as there's only 1 out. Runners at second in scoring position. There's now a differential of 11 points. Take the one you want. Remember, Liv Siebert stood there like a rock the last time and did not move until she got the ball she wanted. She did that for 3 straight balls. Tagged it. It's going down the line. Will it drop in fair? Yes, it does. Runners will advance. It's going to be a stand-up double for Siebert. Runners at second and third. All right, I would imagine you're going to have a pitching change here. They don't have another pitcher?
Have a substitution for Becca Miller. We're going to see plate appearance by number 15, Abby Maddie Casertano, senior.
Oh.
First plate appearance of the season.
Casertano, she was the one who hit that home run. It was a grand slam on that, the special highlights on Remotes Are Me. If you want to see that Casertano home run, go to the.
That was her sister.
Oh, that was her sister?
Our senior sister last year. That was a great hit.
Yeah, and that's on the highlights on Remotes Are Me. You got to check that out. That was a grand slam. That was a 17. The game was called after 17 runs. It was 17-3. This one's 13-2. That's a strike. What's the rule on calling a game? How many runs or how many innings? Down to third base, left field. Will it drop? Yes, it does drop. Another run's going to score. Boom. Runners at first and second.
That'll bring up number 23, senior Madison Johnson.
Madison Johnson is in. She's a senior for the club. I've got 14-2, folks.
So Jojo was running for Rover.
All right, 14-2. Runners at first and second. Only one out.
Was on second
And there's going to come a point. There's going to come a point where the River, or not the Riverview, but the Port Charlotte coach is going to say, let's stop the bleeding, we're done. I don't know when that's going to be, but this has been a slugfest for Venice. They've enjoyed it. Not every game will be like this for Venice, so you take them as you can get them. Hits it high going into the left. Shortstop's underneath it. Catches it, drops her to her knees. But
Brings us to the number 7 hitter.
2 out.
8 hitter, number 21, right fielder, senior Bree O'Connell.
Bree O'Connell coming up, folks. They just are going around the list. Yes. Want to know the count. That's inside low ball. Both runners do advance. You can tell Coach Steve is working on the fast game, working on steals with the girls. (14-2), Venice over Port Charlotte. The pitch, high and wide, out. 3 balls. I would not be a bit surprised if there was a wild pitch went like that, and you're going to see someone coming in from third base to score another run. (14-2) the score. The pitch. And walked her. Bases are loaded, and we've got to find out who's coming up.
For a substitution, making her first plate appearance tonight will be junior, number 1, Haley Walters.
Haley Walters coming in. Bases are loaded, folks. There's 2 out. It's 14-2, bottom of the third. Venice has had their will with Port Charlotte tonight. Another high. She hit it in the wrong spot on the bat. Underneath the ball. Did she catch it? I'm not so sure. Well, that's a stand-up double, and if that's 2 more runs scored. That's 16 now to 2.
Defensive substitution for the Lady Pirates brings in number 11, Brooklyn Anderson.
Well, that was Haley. Who's going to come up to bat for? number 2.
Top of the order again, number 2, senior Tatum Mcgrath to the plate.
Tatum Mcgrath is up. 16-2, differential of 14. Hits it, right field, will it drop? Yeah, it goes over her head. 1 run scores, another run scores. It's now a double. Well, she stopped at a double. 2-run score in that, boom and boom, and it's a double. That's a score of 18-2.
Making her first plate appearance of the night will be number 3, senior Abby Haskell.
Abby Haskell coming in now. (18-2), folks. 18-2. This is the bottom of the 3rd inning. You want to know how strong this club is? This is how strong this club is. Now, not every game is going to be like this, but this Venice girls softball team, they are deep. They're strong. They've got talent in all the positions. They can hit. They can field. This is the team that we're going to follow. We're going to be with you all the home games right here from Venice High School. And you're going to be able to follow them right here on Remotes Are Me. Subscribe. Make sure you don't miss a game. Tell your neighbors and friends all across the country. This is the team to watch in Florida this year. They were stopped by COVID last year. This is a season not to be missed. Remotes Are Me is going to be with you for these girls all the way through their home games. Thank you so much for joining us. 18-2, 2 out. We're only in the bottom of the 3rd inning. There's going to come a point where the coach of the Port Charlotte team is going to just say, we've had enough. And guess what? That is it right there.
Please wear your masks as you exit the stadium.
So that's the final, 18-2.
Upcoming campaign.
Thank you so much. Next time we'll be with you is next Tuesday. Next Thursday. It's going to be a Lemon Bay home game. So for all of us here at Remotes Are Me, have a good night, everybody.